All right, so if you guys are unaware, there's been a lot of conversation going on throughout the media that really discusses the impact of data centers in local communities. You know, a lot of data centers that are being built in these communities are running up electric bills. They're causing a lot of water shortages in these local communities. But I think from a technological perspective, what's not being discussed is how these companies are acquiring their resources, right? So it's very easy to look at, water, obviously, and electricity as being, the medium that allows these data centers to operate. But really what's going on is a fight of resources by way of memory. And I did a few videos on this. If you guys need a little bit more information or context in terms of what memory does in a computer and how it's vital and becoming a critical resource, look at my previous videos. But what's happening is that the cost of memory is skyrocketing. And this is going to have a collateral effect across the computer industry, from iPhones to laptops. What you're going to see is a lot of these companies are going to start spreading out their offerings to offer more cheaper solutions, and they're not necessarily cheaper in itself in terms of suiting you as a consumer. It's cheaper because the cost of memory has increased so rapidly. The cost to produce your average iPhone or your MacBook has went up in an extreme way in the last 3 months. And you're seeing legislation come out of the US and China in terms of, what are we allowed to buy? Are we allowed to export our AI chips? And so there's a lot of talk about that in the media. I definitely recommend looking that up to see what's going on in terms of, the politics, global politics. But the point of this video is to say that get ready for a lot of price increases for the devices you use every day. And again, if you guys need more context of what's going on, and you want to be more knowledgeable in terms of how these computers work and how they think, I definitely have videos that I put on my channel that walks through step by step exactly how this works. But in the interim, I would say hold on to your devices. It's going to be a long journey.